Good morning, everyone. My name is Janet Parfitt, and I'm here to give you some advice about this upcoming eclipse that we have today. Today's eclipse is in Libra, and I'll be talking about that shortly. But before I start talking about the actual what's going on, I wanted to give you a few words about eclipses in general. Eclipses are very powerful, and they often tend to be portals through which we kind of advance. So there can be kind of shocks, surprises, upsets, both good and bad. It's kind of like I see it as Goddess Caradwen has got her foot on our you know where, shall we say posterior, and at this moment in time she gives us a kick through it. There's a doorway and you've got to get through this. Away you go. Maybe gently she's just giving us a light push, but for some of us it's definitely a kick. And the eclipses are always a time where something is hidden. Either the sun is in front of the moon or the moon is in front of the sun, but there's always something that is eclipsed. So it's often a time where there's a lot of secrets around, where there's a lack of transparency. It's not a good time to make important decisions because there's often the case that you don't have all the facts, that there's always things that you're not aware of that are going to come out in the next couple of days. So if you've got any major decision coming up, I would hold off for a couple of days until the energy of the eclipse is over. The eclipses in ancient times were associated with the death of kings, and it's often a really a sudden ending or a new beginning. Something changes, and what changes come at this time are usually permanent. So this is not just a temporary blip, this is something big changing, particularly if it aspects your natal chart. You'd need to consult an astrologer about that to know better, or look at it yourself if you know your astrology. As for this eclipse, this is, as I said, in Libra, so this affects our relationships with other people. And this particular eclipse, we have the sun and the moon almost conjunct the south node. The south node is where we come from. It's often connected to our past lives and what we have done before. So it's looking at how we have connected with others and what this connection is all about, and bringing this connection through from our past lives. And it's a chance for us to change the way that we react with other people. It's a chance for us to do things differently. Particularly with a kind of Libran energy, it's have you been giving away your power? Have you been people pleasing? Have you been kind of saying, oh, I don't want to make a fuss, oh, it's okay, oh no, now is the time to go, no, sorry, not doing that anymore. Because we have Chiron, the wounded healer, in Aries, and the North Node in Aries. And this is the woundings that are the North Node is where we are going. It's our destination in life. And this is Aries is power and energy and fire and enthusiasm and stepping into our power. So this is about kind of stepping into our power. Where have we been giving our power away? And what do we need to do differently? So we also have Venus opposition to Saturn right now. So that means that love relationships in particular, and almost all relationships right now, will be hard work. Sorry, they will. Venus is ruling relationships. Saturn is the sign of hard work. So when Saturn and Venus oppose each other, these relationships become difficult. And of course, we also have Pluto square the Sun and the Moon and the South Node and square the North Node. So this is a huge transformational time. Time, I think, for letting go of any narratives you have about yourself, where you see yourself as powerless, where you see yourself as small, where you see yourself as not good enough or not worthy of love or anything like that, where you are kind of belittling yourself and putting yourself down and making other people kind of more important than you are. Oh, well, I have to do what they say because X, Y, and Z. Do you? Do you really? And this taking this fiery Aryan energy and stepping into that power and being that strong person. Not talking about strength where you bully people or you're using force, or not that at all. This is the strength of the heart, the strength of the soul that comes from within, your own power, not anybody else's, and stepping into that power, because this is Keradwen as Pluto transforming us through the Libran Aryan axis. Libran is all about the other person. Aries is all about our core selves, our core being. So how much are we giving away to others and how much are we not giving to ourselves? Stepping into that power and being your true self. I really believe that, yes, it might be hard work, but this is what we're being called on to do at this moment in time. Thank you for listening. Blessed be.